What's up everybody, I'm Fresh Baked Pie. Today's video is going to be over the new PTS changes, which I wanted to put out kind of fresh in there. So I've got a couple tabs pulled up on Chrome to go over it, the PTS forum, and another post from Reddit that I thought was interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right into that right now. So here is the PTS page, and I'm just gonna quickly go over all the new stuff. New vendor Minerva, she will be here a few days of the week, and she will have rotating stock, basically daily ops plans and gold bullion plans, and apparently she's supposed to have cheaper gold bullion plans. So check her out whenever you get the chance. Legendary crafting, you'll need legendary cores to do it. There are a few ways you can earn the legendary cores, mostly by completing seasonal events, only by completing seasonal events, public events, and daily events. Just to kind of address that, and I will link this in the description and also this in the description of this video so you can see this for yourself. But this goes over the chances of the drops for the cores. So public events takeaway, it's a joke of a chance. Basically seasonal events are a little higher, and then guaranteed drops from major events, Scorched Earth, Colossal Problem, Encrypted. And if you are able to do Project Paradise and keep all three animals alive, then you have a 40% chance of a 3-star, 42% chance of a 2-star, and 18% chance of a 1-star, which I think is good that the 1-star is so low, and that the 3 and 2-star are higher. So you'll definitely see these a lot in the future for the core grinding, but I do think that public events need to be bumped up, and then the seasonal events need to be bumped up a bit higher than whatever the public events are bumped up to. Again, though, if you want to kind of read over it a little more or see what people are saying, I'll link, this in the description. I'm also going to link this so you can take the time to fully read over it. Key takeaway from legendary crafting, from what I've seen, is do not upgrade or downgrade or re-roll. If you do any of that, you're going to completely change whatever the legendary effects are. So if you decide to upgrade, downgrade, or re-roll something, make sure it's not something you like or want to keep with its current effects. Currently, you are not able to take your favorite bloodied explosive 2-star weapon and turn it into a 3-star weapon with a 3-star core and keep the first 2 effects, unless you just get extremely lucky when it re-rolls. If you upgrade that 2-star with a 3-star, it's going to re-roll. It's going to add a 3rd effect, but it's going to re-roll all 3 of them. Hopefully Bethesda changes that in the future so that we can decide if we want to keep the effects already existing on the weapon or if we want to do all of them. So just keep that in mind. Legendary power armor, obviously awesome. I'm hearing or reading reports right now that you can only get arms, legs, and torso legendaries, that there are no legendary helmets. So I don't know if that's intentional or if that's a bug. Probably is intentional, because power armor is already very good to begin with, and now that you're adding legendary effects, it's only going to make it that much better. Now these effects are unable to be rolled, which is auto revive for the 1-star, which you don't need, and 3-star acrobats, improved sneaking, and divers. You don't need those effects either. You don't take fall damage, you don't sneak in power armor, and you already have underwater breathing in power armor, so don't worry about those. Legendary attribute balance changes, these are the cool ones. So aristocrats, if you're at max caps, you get plus 50 damage, not a bad effect. Juggernauts, you get plus 25% damage at 95% health or above, pretty good. Heavyweight, still a work in progress. Gourmands, damage increases as you fill your hunger and thirst meters, max at plus 24% damage. So food builds rejoice. 2-star, you get the last shot. Final round in the magazine has 25% chance to deal twice as much damage. Single shot weapons like black powder rifles cannot spawn with last shot, so that makes sense. Kind of a cool ass 2-star effect, but we'll see. Steady, I like this one, plus 25% damage while standing still. That'll be cool. And inertial, replenish 15% action points with each kill. That'll be good too, especially for like the stealth commando builds or VATS builds. 3-star ghost, attacks that hit enemies each have a 10% chance to generate a stealth field. Again, stealth based builds, that'll be good for. New legendary armor and power armor. Aristocrats, it does your resistances for your caps. So if you have high caps, you have more resistance. Keep in mind diminishing returns still exist. Heavyweight still says work in progress, but you can see here power armor says max of plus 35 for resistances at 350 pounds. So you can bet that the heavyweight weapon one will work the same for damage, but it is yet to be seen how much damage. So the heavier you are, the more resistance or the more damage you do. Overeaters, again, food builds rejoice. Increased damage reduction. Notice it doesn't say resistances, it says damage reduction up to plus 6%. So if that stacks, that could be kind of useful. But you got to keep your hunger and thirst meters up. 2-star glutton, hunger and thirst grow 10% slower. Effect stacks up to a maximum of 50. Food builds rejoice again. Fireproof and warming plus 25 to either fire or cryo resistance. Take it or leave it. Don't really see myself using it. Hardy, receive 10% less damage from explosions. Fireproof makes this, in my opinion, useless unless you don't want to use fireproof and you'd rather use this. There's also a chest mod I believe you could add, like not legendary, just regular chest mod. 3-star doctor, stimpaks right away and rad-x are 5% more effective. Bloody builds aren't going to use that. Anyone else, go ahead. Burning, electrified, frozen, and toxic gives a 5% chance to deal 100 cryo, fire, energy, or poison damage, respectively, to their effect to melee attackers. Can be cool. Don't see myself going for it, but if I have it on something I like, I won't complain. Dissipating, slowly regenerate radiation damage when out of combat. This will be used varyingly by who's playing. So here are the attribute changes. Assassins plus 50% to damage versus humans, up from 10%. That's a good change. Berserkers seems like they nerfed with the damage debuff. The damage debuff doesn't seem like a nerf. It's the second part. Damage buff when the buff when damage resistance between 1 and 60 has been slightly reduced. Seems like a bit of a nerf, honestly. Don't really see why they changed this like that. Exterminators, ghoul slayers, hunters, mutants, troubleshooters, and zealots all up from 30 to 50%. So any type of slayer specific weapon or effect, they're all up. Honestly, I think those effects should be moved to the 2-star effect to make them that much more viable and that much more desired, because you have other effects that give better damage all the time to everything instead of just a specific type of enemy. So mutant slayers, a lot of people have been asking for this one. Damage now increased by plus 5% per mutation up to a max of 25%. A little low in my opinion, but a step in the right direction for sure. And then Nocturnal, remove the daytime debuff. Everyone's been asking for this. Nighttime damage buff has been increased. Great, except again, I think that belongs in the 2nd-star, because why would you use that over things like junkies, vampires, bloodied, or even the new ones, Juggernaut or aristocrats? It's going to give you better damage all the time to everything instead of just half of the time. So 2-star bashers, increase bashing damage from 40 to 50%. Who cares? Why would you use that? That's not even a remotely good change. Hitman, increase damage while aiming from 10 to 25%. That's good. I like that one a lot. Enhanced VATS, increases the VAT his chance from 33% to 50%. Also a good one. I think that VATS players might like that one a little more. Legendary armor attribute changes. 1-star assassins now reduces damage taken from all humans by 15%. If that stacks, that's great. Nocturnal, remove daytime debuff. DR and ER now increased by plus 10% per piece of nocturnal armor during nighttime. Again, why? And then this just covers the meat week, the new rewards, and the pre-made characters. So I won't really address any of that. You can read that if you'd like. And then let's do some closing opinions on all these changes. So overall, I do think the modifications to the legendary attributes are good. I like quite a bit of the changes. Again, still think some things need to be shifted around. Some things probably need to be buffed some more to make them compete with the meta and most used attributes. But obviously that's a discussion for another time. I think that Minerva is a cool addition. And I also think that the legendary crafting is a good step in the right direction to negate some of the terrible RNG grind that this game has. But I also think that the current method for having to re-roll the effects without any control of keeping the desired effects, that needs to be addressed and changed. So hopefully Bethesda listens to the feedback on that and decides to change that. I doubt it will come before this update rolls out, but perhaps in a future update somewhere down the line. Overall, it is nice to have legendary power armor and to be able to craft it. So I think that's going to be, you know, one of the biggest things to grind for. As far as legendary cores, though, I do think that their drop chance from public events needs to be upped, because public events tend to hurt and they could use some love and attendance, and legendary cores would be a great way to boost that. Then the seasonal events should be buffed up a little higher than the normal public events. But the big events that have the guaranteed drops, I think those are good, kind of how they are. So overall, some good changes, some exciting stuff to see. Whenever I get the characters that have the stuff unlocked, I will definitely make a video and show off some of that stuff, show off some of the crafting and some of the rewards, so that you guys can take a look. And until then, hope you guys have a good day. Hope you like some of these changes. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about all these changes. And please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.